Hello everyone, Mr. Nacho here, and today we're gonna go back to Helldivers and see what was changed in the latest update, the new warbond that was added, and the new mission type that was added as well. So let's get right into it. The setup that I wanted to go with today was the laser build, which has the new primary weapon, which is the LAS-16 sickle. This is actually a very good weapon. I think that it is a competitor for the best spot right now with Breaker and +1 Scorcher. The great thing about it is that you don't really run out of ammo ever, unless you just overheat your sink and you need to replace it. But even then you have plenty of sinks to replace, so that's not really a big issue. The damage of it and the fire rate is actually quite good. The recoil on it is practically non-existent, and it basically just removes the ammo economy that you have to worry about, so that's a great thing. When it comes to a secondary, I thought about going with the LAS-7 dagger, but at the moment it's pitifully weak and I would never recommend anyone use it. Still, the P19 Redeemer is the top of the class, one of the best secondary weapons that you can wish for. And the grenades, I was using the G6 frag grenade, but the G23 stun grenade that was added in the new premium warbond is great as well, especially when you combine it with the rest of our loadout, which the first and most important thing I think is the orbital laser. It allows us to deal with big groups of enemies, and especially just the bigger and tougher guys like the Bile Titans and the Chargers. In the recent update, the spawn rates for the elite enemies, so the armored ones like the Bile Titans and Chargers, was reduced, so we will actually only keep it whenever we see the big guys. But other than that, it's just a great tool. You have 3 charges for it, which is more than enough. Usually I just use one at the first objective, the second charge at the second objective, and then I save the last one for whenever the extraction comes in. So this is an extremely good way to deal with any big enemies, and it's just extremely efficient as well. The next thing that we'll be using is not really a laser, but it's the Tesla Tower, which is extremely powerful when it comes to dealing with bugs. The only drawback that it has is that it will actually just one-shot you or any of your allies whenever you get too close. This will be extremely efficient, and it will actually deal with a lot of enemies and get you tons of kills, and will actually just make an area much safer for the extraction, for the objective, or whatever else you need to do. The next thing is actually that there was an update to the laser cannon, and they made it much stronger. The way that we will be using it is that we will be firing the laser cannon. Whenever it's about to overheat, we will just swap back to our primary weapon, and then we will just keep cycling between them so they never overheat, and then we can just have continuous fire without having to worry about ammo at all. So we will be actually able to deal with most of the small enemies and a lot of the bigger ones, because this is great at dealing with like the underbellies of the Bile Titans. You can very easily just blow them up so that it gets rid of their spew attacks, so that they can only melee you. And whenever someone removes the armor from the front legs of the Charger, or whenever the back is exposed, then it will actually be able to deal with Chargers very efficiently. And the last thing is the Guard Dog Rover. It's a laser as well. This actually wields the scythe weapon, but the difference is that it can actually go through some of the armor on the enemies, and it will actually be able to deal with most of the enemies that will be swarming you. Just be careful, because again, it can actually damage you and you might just kill yourself by mistake, but well, it is what it is. I actually think that this is one of the best ones since the shield backpack was nerfed a little bit, but it's still usable. When it comes to the armor, I was using the CE74 Breaker simply because it's a light armor, so it allows me to be way more nimble and get my stamina back much faster. It also increases the holding capacity of grenades by 2, which is something that I find very useful, but this is basically just a personal preference. The Trench Paramedic or the Bone Snapper, even the Trench Engineer, they will all just do great. If you prefer the longer range for the throwables, then the Steel Trooper will do its job very fine. Then you have obviously the Hero of the Federation, or the Champion of the People, or also the Savior of the Free, which will just give you 50% chance not to die when taking lethal damage. This is very nice as well. And of course, the new armors, which one of them is the EX03 Prototype 3, which will provide you with 95% resistance to arc damage, so that you can actually go a little bit closer to your Tesla Tower and not actually be one-shot. If your teammates are wearing this as well, then you are actually able to use them as conduits, and then you'll be able to fire your Tesla Tower or your arc thrower on longer ranges, and you will actually be able to not one-shot your teammates. So if you see that the randoms are wearing it, or if you are playing in a pre-made party and you can ask your friends to wear it, then this will be much more beneficial for you. And if you can all just go with Tesla towers, then it will be an extremely efficient setup. Helmet and cape don't really matter, so in this case I will still just go with the breaker because I like the extra grenades. The recoil reduction is not really something that we have to worry about because none of our weapons have any real recoil, so we'll be very accurate anyway. And when it comes to the booster, I also was using the new one, which is the localization confusion, which increases the time between enemy encounters, which is it reduces the time between breaches and reinforcements call-ins by about 40%. So your mileage on this may vary simply because you might not actually trigger all of them all that often, but if you are in combat, then you will see that the breaches will appear way less frequently. Obviously the muscle enhancement is a great option, the stamina enhancement is very good, and the health pod space optimization is extremely good as well. So let's just go into the new type of mission and I will show you how it worked. I had a lot of fun. As you can see, I had the most kills after the round ended. I wasn't the most efficient at dealing with the big guys, but this is a team game and my friends were actually very capable and dealing with the big guys extremely easily. Also, if you find a mech, then you'll be able to deal with the chargers and Vile Titans as well because of the rockets that it provides. So let's just go right into the game and see how it went.
All the galaxy looks to you for salvation. Let nothing stand in the way of liberty.
Calling down support weapon. Objective located. Southeast. Reloading! Have a taste of democracy! Requesting sentry!
Sending down sentry.
How'd you like to taste of freedom? Requesting advanced sentry! Have a taste of democracy! Calling down a sentry! Heavy, west, close. Bug tunnel breach! Ah! Reloading! Out of ammo! Requesting orbital!
For prosperity!
Tagging map. North. 200 meters.
Have a taste of democracy!
My life for Super Earth! Requesting sentry!
Calling down a support weapon.
Lighten the house.
Southwest. On tunnel breach!
Fire in the hole!
Requesting sentry. Calling down a sentry.
Changing ice!
How'd you like the taste of
Requesting
freedom?
advanced weaponry.
Throwing grenade! Freedom forever! Heavy, northeast, close.
Like a taste of freedom! Supplies. Southwest.
Objective located. East.
Dropping a pin. East, 100 meters.
Get some! Get some! Calling down a walker.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Heavy, southwest, close. Calling down a sentry.
Have a taste of democracy!
Calling in orbital strike.
Calling down a support weapon. Get some! Get some! Freedom never!
Reinforcing.
Freedom forever!
sentry. Calling down a sentry.
Heavy. Orbital inbound.
Engaging orbital laser.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Requesting sentry. For prosperity!
Throwing grenade.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Reloading. Fate of freedom!
Changing ice. Requesting sentry.
Calling down a support weapon.
Heavy, northwest.
Say hello to democracy.
Sending in an eagle.
Heavy.
Requesting
north,
orbital
close.
strike.
Heavy. Southeast. Close. Get some. Get some.
I'm out. Calling down supplies. Requesting advanced weaponry. Calling down a sentry.
Dropping a pin. Southwest.
Calling in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Reporting to the front.
Calling down a support weapon. Calling down a walker.
Calling down a sentry. Engaging terminal.
Calling down a sentry! Liberty emerges victorious yet again. Extract when ready.
Deploying equipment package.
Calling in extraction.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Tagging location. East. Requesting orbital.
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Reinforcing.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Requesting sentry.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Requesting air support.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
Pelican 1 approaching pickup. This is Pelican 1, preparing for touchdown. Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Last reload! Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Liberty has seen you through.
Mission accomplished, Helldiver. One small